Okay, everyone can do with constant balance practice. So my recommendation is when you're out there riding with your mates, always try to be the last guy that puts his feet down. It's a little game you can play amongst yourself, and it just increases your balance. That's what we used to do. I promise you, within a month, my fucking balance went from being pretty shit to being pretty good. And in the confidence you have to attack a certain section on the pegs versus off the pegs, vastly different. So there's 2 flags in the middle, and then there's your boundaries. It's set up relatively tight, but that's kind of the point. If you run over the flags, not the real. I want you to try and get to full lock, and I want you to try and use all the available space to try and do a figure of 8 in this group. Now, doing a figure of 8 is, you're going to be turning the bike, and anytime you ride your bike and your bike wants to turn, right, your bike wants to fall over, right, wants to fall over. And you put pressures through this foot peg to get the bike back up. And because I'm going to be managing the bike, I'm going to try not to use muscles to do it. I'm going to try and use my body weight to do it, to save energy. So I'm going to be shifting my body weight from being central on the bike to being quite far over the outside of the bike, okay? Because I want to use my body weight to counterbalance the bike. Additionally, if my foot is narrow on the foot peg and my bike is leaning and wants to fall over, the amount of weight it requires to get this bike up to the ground is a lot. When I move my foot to the outside of the peg, the bike becomes very light. Because it's 2 or 3 inches, but the leverage increases drastically by moving your foot to the outside. So try and use the outsides of the foot pegs because it'll increase your leverage. You're going slow now, so you're going to give the bike space with your knees, right? I'm also going to, when I lean the bike this way, open the outside leg, because this allows me to get my body weight further over the bike. If I keep my leg on the inside, all I can do is shift my bum, and that's not enough because I'm just shifting my bum. I've got to shift my body weight. First gear, slow, slow, slow. Challenge your balance, challenge your clutch and your throttle control. Okay, slip that clutch, slip that clutch, slip that clutch. Keep the engine alive and try and use your, so I'll do a couple of demos. Exaggerated, and I'm not asking you to do this, I'm just showing you. An exaggeration is I'm going to take my foot off the inside peg, so all my body weight is physically on the outside foot peg. Makes the bike really easy to manage. So much worried. You're feathering the clutch. I'm feathering the clutch, the throttle, and the front brake a little bit, just to maintain my speed. Front brake, back brake. This is relatively flat ground. You can make this harder by adding it onto a bank, and then you go up and down the bank. Then the rear brake becomes important. In a much more exaggerated version of the body weight shift is important, because when you do a turn on the camber, bike always wants to fall to the low side, and if you're not high on the outside, your bike's going to go. You must have seen people on some of the courses. There's a bank down there where we turn. We can go and try it. I don't know what the bank will be like, but you turn and the bike just wants to fall. And if this is the starting point, so this is why when I'm saying to people, get your weight further over, open that outside leg more. it's a crucial piece of the skill because it starts getting it into your head that you can use your body weight to be the counterbalance. You're not using muscles or anything. You know, I'm there. So when I'm riding at a climb and I may have to turn on that bank, I'm anticipating the moment I start turning on that camber, my bike's going to want to go. So I'm sort of anticipating it, and I'm pre-weight shifting on that camber so that it never gets to the point where I feel the bike's going. When you feel the bike's going, it's too late. There's very little chance. I mean, you're the luckiest guy in the world if you can save it, but it gets ugly very quickly. You know. So, are you guys wearing knee braces?
I've got pads, not pads.
Okay. It is. I don't know. You know, if you're serious about riding, seriously consider getting knee braces. There's a myth that they lead to femur breaks. I've read countless medical articles on PubMed globally. There's no evidence. There's literally no evidence that it's ever happened. There's anecdotal stuff, but then when they compare where the knee brace ends to where the actual brake is, it's not in the same place. You know, and so that's the main concern. But what they do is they save the vast majority of ligament injuries. There's a recent study they tracked riders across all skill levels, across motocross, enduro, and some others. 40,000 riding hours. Out of all the riders, there was one femur break, but there were like 40 knee injuries. So a knee injury is a far more likely scenario. And you know, just a basic, I wear Mobius braces, my trousers are torn because I crashed. But they just prevent ACL, PCL. And I had a guy here a couple of months ago on a 650 BMW thing. And he turned on the bank and he fell, and all he did was he just sort of stepped off the bike, and it was just that step off overextended his knee, and it was ACL surgery. You know, and it's like it would not have happened, and he wouldn't have broken a femur. He just stepped off the bike. You know, it's like there's silly little things like that. So.